Is it Shirley Solo and on Patty?
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zev Royce here. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe so y'all don't miss a single episode of House Money ENT Podcast. And remember, the house always wins. Derek Carr, are you serious?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome back to another episode of the House Money Podcast. Episode 5. We here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, man.
Man, episode 4 was amazing. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to do it like we always do. How everybody feeling today? We got...
Oh, I'm good. My name's Dennis. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. A little bit of time from work. A little bit of time from, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of family and stuff like that issues. But other than that, like, we just working. Working, man, grinding, having fun, too. That's important. Having fun.
That's most important.
Yeah, let's start with my boy Carl. He filling in. Well, he's doing his moderator thing today, so you know.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it the right way. We got Zev in here. How we feeling today, Rex?
Man, I'm feeling f***ing great, dog. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, it's been real good, man, since last time, you know. I saw the intro of what I was talking about, and I ain't said a bunch of nothing. So this time I'm gonna sit here and be like, good health, good wealth. There's a lot of transitions going on. We back in the gym, baby. We looking good, man. Skin clearing up. You know what I mean? 3rd week sober out this, bro. You know what I mean, bro? We doing what we doing, dog. Bro, more water, baby.
More water.
Yeah.
You already know we got the man with the plan in the building.
Yo.
Hey, thanks for having me back, fellas. Thank you. It was great. Hey, last time I was here, man, I had a lot of fun. First podcast I ever was a part of, I ever did, brand new to me, and it was a great experience. Man, I'm glad all y'all had a great week, man. I know you wasn't feeling the best last time I was here, so I'm glad to see you in good health and good spirits, man. And man, I'm ready to rock and roll, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, and it's we definitely got to give a shout out to my boy. You know what I'm saying? My boy Ant, man, for letting us be here, doing our thing. Make sure y'all go ahead and cop some extraordinary gear. Extraordinary.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You want hats like this?
Anything you see in the background that you see with clothing or anything in this room right now is my man Ant. You know what I'm saying? We got to definitely give him that stamp of approval.
Is there any way to make like the logo just appear like that? That'd be dope as hell.
Yeah, of course. Check it out right here.
It might be right there, right there.
Yeah,
it's exactly right here. I got just a little example.
Also, link will be in the description.
Yes,
so,
for sure.
Yeah, definitely gonna have the link in the description for my man, so y'all can go cop some merch, man. They got some good shit going on. The summer's coming up, so y'all know you're gonna need some fly shit. So, we're gonna start the day off. We're gonna talk about March Madness, man. Shout out to Florida, man. Hey, Florida and UConn, the ladies, they did their thing. Florida, man. I gotta give my credit to my boy Zed, man. He called it. He said Florida the team.
Yeah, y'all go back to episode 1.
Yeah, he said Florida.
I know I had Duke winning it all, but I remember saying don't sleep on Florida.
You said that, and I'll be a man of my word. I heard him say that, and I got it. When we posted in the group chat, he was like, "I told y'all." I was like, "Yeah, hey, you was right." I said, he said that. You know what I'm saying?
But that was a great game.
It was definitely a good game, man. Florida came out there to play. Houston definitely did play their defense. I do feel bad for that one guy that got hurt. You know what I'm saying? That was bad, man. Like I didn't catch his name, but prayers to him and his family. You know what I'm saying? I hope everything gets better for him. But
it'll be fine.
That man Clayton.
Yo. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hey, let me
go ahead. What you
talk my shit real quick.
Go ahead.
So, bro, Florida hasn't won since 2007, right?
Yeah.
And first and foremost, I'm a Celtic fan. Al Horford was part of that team, so shout out.
I do remember.
Wow. He was. What's his name? Is it Joaquin or Joaquin?
No, Joaquin Noah.
He was also part of that team as well.
I remember. I definitely
They played together.
They played together. Yeah. You forget because niggas transition into the NBA type shit.
I remember that.
But
I think it's actually Joaquin
or something. Yeah. Not to disrespect you, bro. I just don't know how to pronounce it correctly. But nah, man, it's good to see him. Like you said, Walter Clayton Jr., bro. This man is literally Really good player, averaging at least 18 points, bro, per game. Like that's pretty fucking
That's
good,
solid.
dog. 4 assists, like, and the thing
solid.
that I can see with him is that I see he's an overall a well-rounded player in my
Definitely
opinion,
well-rounded
bro.
player.
So I'm very excited to see where he goes. As far as their coach, was it Todd Golden? Bro, like I didn't even know that like he was the coach for the San Francisco Dons at one point, and he had a pretty good. It got better overall. The 2022 season was probably his best qualifying for the NCAA tournament. So that just shows that the more you keep grinding, bro, you never know. You can be the underdog or whatever, but once you keep going, it's gonna get to a point. So congratulations to them, bro.
Congratulations.
Great game.
Best shooter this game has seen. And here's the signature. Night.
Florida was not the favorite going in. Everyone was like, "Oh, Duke was the favorite." And the standout player for me, man, Will Richard led the Gators with 18 points, and it helped them overcome that 12-point deficit in the end. So man, I gotta shout out to Will Richard, man.
Will Richard is definitely
You know,
what he's supposed to do.
and Houston was one of the if not the best defensive team going into this whole Final Four.
You said that last week.
Yeah.
It was the best defensive team. And actually, it's the reason why Duke lost.
And it's the reason why I feel that with Florida, like that just proves that they earned this win.
Yeah, and
This
I
championship.
said that too when I seen Duke lose. I said I feel like I honestly seen the whole trajectory of what Florida was about to do after we watched that game when Tennessee and Florida played each other. And Tennessee was getting spanked by Florida. And I'm like, yo, Florida gonna be the team to win this joint. He's like, the nigga said, like, I told you that.
They came with that underdog and mentality and just lit things up, you know?
But we called it last week as well, the upset. That Houston.
We said it'd be a good. Niggas said they ain't have a problem with the upset.
I mean, but the crazy thing is, I do gotta give my boy credit, Cooper Flag, man. He definitely played his ass off this year. I had a side conversation with somebody at work, and they was telling me that they think he should go to the draft. The dad in me over here talking about he need to play another year. But then I'm thinking about it, I'm like, it would make more sense for him to do it now because his stock is high. Who's to say if he played next season, he played for Duke, they lose again, then he try to go to the draft.
Or injury.
Or injury or anything.
Yeah.
He got to go to the draft after that. His stock is not going to be as high as it was.
I'll say this. I think he should get used to the spotlight. Let him get used to it. I mean, because getting injured is going to happen.
Yeah,
That's you never know going into any game that could happen. So it's something that it's like getting in the car. You don't know whether or not, but that's not something you're gonna think about. You just got to give it your all every time.
Exactly.
Let him get used to the spotlight. From what I had seen online, he's already recommitted for this next season. So he's going. Yeah, well, he's recommitted and going back to Duke. Yeah, but he will be projected like he is going to be, if not number one overall in 2026.
See,
for sure.
With that being said, then that in my eyes, I think some homeboy from Florida might be the first pick. Clayton.
I could see that.
I mean,
what year is he though? Is he a freshman?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not too sure. I didn't do my Google on that, but I feel. I mean, but if Cooper Flag was a freshman and he decided to recommit, then I mean, who's to say that he might not do the same?
Well, here's what I think about Cooper Flag, right? If he goes to the draft, he's going to be a development player. He's not going to be a day one starter. I think lottery pick teams are Utah. I mean, you really talk about like the Suns in there? Are they lottery or what?
Not at this point, probably. They
A couple teams.
Utah.
Lottery, yeah. Well, I was looking at the
Wizards.
list of who. Yeah, Wizards are definitely up there.
Yeah.
Any team he goes to, they're gonna throw him in the mix, but it's gonna get ugly day one. It's gonna get ugly day one for him because I did notice something about him. He cannot score against double teams at all. Yeah, at all, at all. If you get him, that's what Houston was doing. That's what Houston was doing. They were getting him to take. They were giving him stuff that he wasn't used to, and putting him outside.
Threw him off his element.
Yeah, threw him off his element. And the NBA, they'll happen to you every night. The team will be ready for you when you come out there. It doesn't matter how much points you score Florida at Duke. Doesn't matter how much points you score at Florida. NBA team is going to be prepared for you day one. You get in there, especially if you're a top pick, lottery pick, and you're a freshman come out of Duke.
And they need his weight up.
If I was an NBA player, I'm waiting until Cooper Flag puts on a uniform because
No, he's tall.
He's tall. He's I think he's 6'7" or something like that.
He's got the size. He's got the IQ.
LaMelo ain't big.
Yeah.
I mean, NBA standards, he's not like a bulky guy. You know
Then too, like, I mean, LaMelo, yeah, he's not a big dude, but you know they gonna see that. They gonna see Cooper Flag. Oh, he big. Like,
welcome to the
NBA.
NBA.
They gonna try. Yeah, they gonna try. You know,
with his back to the hoop, like he's still a good player. With his back to the hoop against an NBA, like high caliber NBA team, he's gonna be useless.
Yeah.
He's gonna be useless.
So this
I
1
hate
year.
saying that. Yeah, I hate saying because the NBA is starting to get a little bit back. Like it's slowly getting back to that more aggressive style, but not there just yet. But Cooper Flag coming into any of these crappy lottery pick teams, they're gonna throw him out there. And teams will be ready for him because they'll say all we gotta do is shut down Cooper Cup and maybe whoever's left over from the roster last year. All right, bet squash is good. So
I'll tell you that he's got the size, the IQ, and the two-way game going on. Yeah. But I would end that with like I think with this 1 year, let him get used to that spotlight, man. Let him develop more that way because what you said to add on to an agreement with that, man. It's fast paced, man. You don't want that. Welcome to the NBA. Welcome to the big leagues. Come on, because a lot of people fold under that pressure, and then they.
I mean,
there's been a lot of lottery picks that have not panned out.
You've seen it firsthand. A couple picks.
Yeah, and you even see it in the NBA and the WNBA. But one thing, it's how are you gonna handle that pressure? Because look, Caitlin Clark, big prospect going in, right? Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you this one thing that she doesn't fold on.
She does not.
Yeah, she definitely
she's cold.
I mean, she might have her jersey up like that a little bit, get a little frustrated, but who doesn't get flustered? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thanks. Also, Walton Clayton's senior, so.
He's a senior, yeah. So he has to go to draft, yeah.
Okay, so I mean, while we're on the topic of basketball, I mean, we can get to the NBA. I mean, it's a lot of excuse my language, a lot of nonsense going on because we got a team like the Nuggets firing their head coach right before the playoffs.
No
like,
sense.
Imbalance.
I mean,
something is in the air.
I mean,
something in the air.
I'm not gonna lie. When Saul said that in the group chat, I was genuinely confused. I was like, shout out to Saul.
Shout out Saul.
You know
He'll be here soon.
I was genuinely confused when he said that because I'm like, hold on.
How does that happen? Yeah.
What? Mm-hmm. I said I just seen a couple days ago they was just balling like what?
Well, they hasn't been like an off year, but you know they've been dealing with injuries.
4-game losing streak.
They actually fired their coach and their GM.
Damn.
Yeah.
So the
double damn.
The spill is the coach and the GM weren't getting along.
I was about to say there's been growing tensions and stuff, and
they haven't been on speaking terms for a while.
Yeah.
So there's been internal conflicts going on for a long time.
It's not good for organization. The GM and the coach got to be like
on the same page.
I read there was some type of rift that happened regarding like Jamal Murray towards the end of last season too. So I think there's some type of mismanagement problem going on where I feel like the ownership made that decision.
The owner pretty much was just, I mean, for lack of better words, he was tired of the BS.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm not gonna, it's a business. You understand? So this is the thing. We don't have too many more years of prime Jokic.
Yeah.
To be wasting on
nonsense.
So you know what I'm saying? So my thing is I would have waited till after the season ended at least.
Yeah, at least keep that morale.
It's like 8 games left, I think.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the morale.
Why do it now?
It sends a huge message, right?
But the Nuggets won the game, the very next game.
They did,
yeah.
After they fired him, so
that's in the message. Which I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'll say, they won the game afterwards. I mean, that just shows to me like the players probably were voicing concerns. The Jokic was probably voicing concerns like, "Hey, man, we need something." I had internal tensions and long-term goals. Like they're trying to keep that aspiration for the championship that they had just recently won in 2023 going like that.
Jokic is a generational talent.
Yeah.
sure. Like
I'm not saying he won't get those numbers, but Jokic is a triple double
Carrying. He be carrying.
You understand me? So
60-point triple double. That's not easy.
yeah, we're not
60-point triple double.
Yeah,
you gotta balance that with the time that you need to go sit out, and then just the way that you gotta balance through your team. Like, bro, that's not an easy feat to get.
That's actually a good point that you brought up about Jokic. But I'm gonna say what I want to say after the.
I will say I believe in Westbrook, but please, if he just has to clean it up a little.
And all right, so they was getting on him about them losing. He
turnovers and stuff.
Yeah, he wasn't talking.
Bad defense. Yeah, clean it up a little bit because I'm rooting for him, man. I want Westbrook.
That's a vet. That's an NBA vet, bro. That's an NBA vet.
But
behaving like that is crazy to me.
You know what I'm saying? This is how people get about.
Yeah, that's true.
About certain things, like especially their profession, their jobs.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of based off what we talked about last week. Like.
But I will one more thing. I will say Malone will most likely be coaching again next year.
Well, yeah,
honestly, Memphis. They might go get him.
That's true.
They just fired their own coach.
It'd be funny if they just swap
coaches. Yeah,
that would be hilarious. All jokes aside, though, my thing is, what's up with the Suns, though?
Oh man. So let's get into that.
Yeah, Zev, I want you to start today. What's up with the Suns?
I can start off pretty much. The word on the street is it's the worst. It's the worst super team ever. You understand? So like, I forget the numbers, but we're talking like hundreds of millions of dollars wasted.
And that starting five is one of the best starting fives on paper in the league.
Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal.
At one point, they had Chris Paul.
I think they still do.
They still do?
I think
no. He went with
No, he's with.
With the Clippers.
Is he still with the Spurs? He went to the Clippers.
Yeah, he did.
Spurs.
Wherever Chris Paul at, he's
forget about you right now.
No offense, but
no offense. Forget who you are right now.
All offense.
I'll honestly take it how you want it. I don't mean any offense, but take it how I want it because, bro, you need to retire.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, bro.
Damn.
No. Respectfully.
Chris Paul is the one player. He's like a.
If I can compare him to another,
do not take away, do not discredit what he did with the Clippers.
I hate to say this. Chris Paul is like another one of those players you think like a Patrick Ewing and shit like that. Like
he reminds
he's a good player, but will never get to the top.
It's so
let me explain it in wrestling terms, and I may be wrong, but y'all can correct me. He reminds me of how y'all describe Chris Jericho right now.
Yeah.
Right now. That's a good example.
Yeah.
Hey, but
that's perfect.
I don't even know. So you saying that is actually a good analogy because if you watched AEW last night, the nigga Chris Jericho said, "I'm gonna take some time away," and stepped away. He was pissed off when he walked away, but he said, "Until my team get it together, I'm gonna step away."
Chris Paul ain't going nowhere. He gonna play till his body literally just shuts down. Like,
Chris Paul trying to.
I'm not knocking. I respect it, but it's like, bro, like.
See, the thing is, Chris Paul's trying to keep up with LeBron.
But Chris Paul's not LeBron.
His best friend. He try to keep up with his best friend.
He's not built like that, bro.
He try to keep up with his best friend.
Chris Paul. One more thing, because I don't want to make it seem like I love Chris Paul's career. He's done a lot. I won't say he's a point guy like everybody be saying, but he maybe like top 15, 10. Whatever, right?
Yeah.
But as far as his basketball IQ, it's up there with like LeBron and all that. So if he wants, he can literally retire. Go straight to coaching.
Yeah.
No one would say it's like, why is Chris Paul coaching the Denver Nuggets?
No nonsense.
I would not be surprised if I saw Chris Paul coaching the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
I'm not lying to you.
Oh, if Jason Kidd could go get into coaching, Chris Paul can.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
But you need that sometimes, bro.
Yeah.
Like, well, not sometimes, especially if you have that IQ, like you said, you got that knowledge, you done been on the court already, and like you said, Jason Kidd is definitely a perfect example for that. So you just, bro, like, it's like, unfortunately, some things just don't work out the way it is.
Right.
So use that knowledge to help a team out.
I think
it's really
still get a ring, nigga.
That last one,
one way or another, right?
And that even goes back to your boy, Ty Lue.
Yeah. I mean,
He was a coach.
yeah.
Who would have thought that?
Not me.
Man's got stepped over.
The championship.
He's actually he's a good coach too.
He is a good coach, yeah.
But that's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, back to that Jokic conversation you said about the triple doubles, king of the triple doubles. Oh, boy, Giannis, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's a whole different beast. It's not even a different beast. It's the same type of beast. This is Jokic. She's like, no, actually, no.
What Kobe said in that
I'm sorry.
commercial, he said, "But are you the same beast?"
Same different animal.
Different
Like
animal.
the different, same beast, different animal.
Well, I'll start this off, right? I'll
What's
talk
it
about
mean,
I'll talk about
Kobe?
Giannis a little bit. I just want to say this one thing and I'll move on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you know how we said Jokic is a once-in-a-lifetime type of player?
Generational talent.
Giannis necessarily isn't, but he is because of how he plays the game and what he means to his team. I had to think about this, right? And for a player like him to be in the same city, right? You're not even from the U.S. Came from Greece, flew the plane, landed in Milwaukee. Have you all been to Milwaukee before?
Never.
No.
Yeah.
I have no disrespect to Milwaukee, but
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, you get there, right, and coming to the team, you take your licks. You know, you're on the Bucks of all things, right? You're inherited Monte Ellis Bucks. Like that's a terrible team, right?
Yeah.
And the guy just stuck with it. And we've seen this before. We've seen this before in sports. We've seen it before in this sport. Giannis is special, and we're never going to see something like this again. I think he's one of the most underappreciated players in most sports.
I'm not gonna lie to you. My appreciation for Giannis grew just recently, honestly. When I was thinking about some things, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. And I'm looking at the stats that Zev sent to the group chat. So then I'm going back to do my homework. So I'm like, all right. And I'm watching him that the year he won the chip. I'm like, bro.
It's 2019, right?
Yeah. I'm like, bro, I don't think people really understand how good this guy is. Like, the way his mindset is, the way he played. That's why, in my personal opinion, I think he's the closest thing to Kobe. I feel like he's the closest thing to Kobe for the simple fact that his poise, how he plays the game.
I agree.
So more so like the mentality.
The mentality,
he
not
embodies
the play style.
not the play style, but the mentality of
Yeah.
how he carries the game.
500%.
Leadership.
It's the closest thing that we get to Kobe.
That's the
Leadership.
thing that gets also overlooked. Yeah, go ahead.
to rebuttal you, man, like I agree 100%, bro. I remember one story, right, that Giannis has said during his rookie season, he would always run to the arena during the winter because he didn't want to inconvenience nobody for a ride.
Right.
This is the most humble player ever,
Yep.
in my opinion, because of that, because he's like Kobe in that sense, mentally, leadership, all that, his determination. I would put him over KD if not now in terms of legacy. If later, this man stayed with the Bucks, carried that team to a championship. He said,
Now hold on, because I'm gonna be real. I'm with you, right?
Mhm.
And I'm not saying I will put him over KD, but I honestly, if I thought about it long enough, I probably would end up. But that's because of my preference. Because what you're saying now, that's gonna be wild to a lot of people.
at
But
the end of when it's
I'm
all
with
said and
you
done,
because I sent a video in the group chat. Remember where the guy was arguing about Kobe and LeBron, and he said one thing that people leave out is circumstances.
Yeah.
And that's true. Like Giannis and Kawhi were the last two people. No, not Kawhi. Giannis. He stayed on the team he got drafted by, won a ring. He didn't have to like go anywhere else, team up with nobody. Giannis doesn't even want to.
D-Wade last week. He did that, but it's like a whole different thing, right? Like D-Wade asked LeBron to come.
Well,
I didn't ask anybody to come to the Bucks.
No, he
his
didn't.
first ring though against the Mavericks back in 2005. I forget what year it was.
Yeah.
He did that with who on the team? Shaq was on there.
But if I'm not mistaken, didn't Giannis win a Defensive Player of the Year and MVP in the same season?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Nobody's done that since Shaq.
To do that. Yeah. Oh,
No, Shaq did it.
really?
Yeah. Shaq did it.
Yeah, you're right. I'm bugging.
He's
I'm
the-
bugging.
So
Sorry, guys.
But
I'm tired, man. I told you.
I'm gonna tell a quick story to put the Kobe and Giannis thing in perspective. Then y'all can do whatever. But pretty much before Kobe died, it was 2019,
Mm-hmm.
and Giannis it was before that. It was right before. It was the year before Giannis won his ring,
Mm-hmm.
and Kobe was interviewing. He was doing like a little interview, and they asked him about Giannis, and he was like, as far as Giannis, he said he's going to win an MVP within the next year or two. He's going to win a ring. He's going to get all these accolades. The very next year, Giannis won a championship.
Yeah.
That same year, Kobe was like, I got to win an MVP. He's my MVP. The very next year, Kobe passed away that 2020 year, but that same year, we might have to look that up, but I could have swore Giannis won an MVP right after he said that.
I think you're right. Yeah.
So it's crazy that we're comparing the two mentalities, and Kobe thought so highly of him like
And
that.
Kobe was clairvoyant.
Yeah.
Kobe
He actually was though, which is wild. Yeah,
Because
he
he also predicted Devin Booker.
He did. Yeah, he did.
He did.
He predicted more 3 points.
He just was
in the league
able
too.
to-
He was
yeah,
talking about it all the
he-
time.
yeah.
He was like,
Yeah,
He was able to see. Remember,
He seen where the game was going.
Game recognized game.
You love the game like
He was
that?
going on his teammates at one point, and
Yeah.
like they were getting upset because he was just like, he's like, yo, they soft. He's like,
Dwight
I want
Howard.
to see, I want to see them.
He said
I
y'all
want to see
Charmin-
them go.
he
Like,
said y'all
so,
Charmin
bro,
soft.
It wasn't
Yeah,
him
Charmin
trying to be
soft.
hard on them, but it was because it's like, dog,
Right.
like if we're gonna be a good team, y'all need to step it up, and we need to go to where we're gonna do, to get this solid,
And
bro.
all the best players in the sports, they all have mentalities that overlap like that. Like they look at the rest of their teammates, like, okay, we all got to be in this together, right? And if a teammate's out of shape, bro, they always clash. They always clash.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you don't watch soccer, but I know you do. Cristiano Ronaldo. Everybody looks at that guy, there's like, that guy's an asshole. But he wins so much, he's won so much stuff, he's done so much stuff because of his mentality.
Man,
Yeah.
that man-
Tom Brady,
that man
because of
does-
his
that man
mentality.
does so
No, they
much.
Yeah.
He's in Fatal Fury fighting game.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
facts.
He's
Ronaldo's in a fighting game.
we
That's
could
how
have
he
a
goes
whole
crazy.
podcast alone on that.
Ronaldo
guy.
was like really popular.
And then Messi's
Anybody
other-
that watched
when you
soccer,
have a legend,
Thomas.
right? When you have a legend with mentality, they push themselves.
Oh,
minutes.
What?
yeah.
Okay, my bad. But when you have a player that's like so impactful, right? Like Kobe's just true to the game, so locked in. If I'm locked in 110%, and I notice that somebody on my team is not as locked in, or even trying to be as closely locked in, I'm gonna say something.
Yeah, you
I'm
got
gonna
to.
be like, you gotta lock in. You gotta lock in.
Yeah, lock in right he did. So,
It's that time.
it's time. Talk about that.
Have to do
That,
it.
that rap.
Do it, Frank. Hey, no, that joke was tight. Hey, that effect was tight. Yeah.
Nah, all jokes aside, we're going to get straight to the wrestling talk. Let's go back and talk about this AEW Dynasty pick.
I'm sorry.
So,
My bad.
nah. So,
Yeah.
overall, AEW Dynasty has some good matches on there. One of the matches that stand out to me the most had to be the Speedball Ricochet
Hell,
Kenny match.
Motherfucker.
Definitely an amazing match, but I will not go without saying, what the fuck was that ending of that pay-per-view?
Hey, bro.
Listen, what happened?
Yeah, what happened? Yeah.
So,
recap.
before we get into that, I'm going to say this.
Before we get there, let's
I
start.
was probably I don't think it was a terrible pay-per-view at all. I think we've all always agreed that AEW has some of the best pay-per-views. But I'm not going to lie, this has probably been one of the most pay-per-views that I kind of like wasn't paying attention to. And I think it's just getting to the point of what we've talked about over and over. And one of those complaints is the ending. And the ending, the match was Swerve versus Jon Moxley. And we already were like, okay, we'll see where this goes. Some of us had an intention of like, Swerve might win this.
Was it a good
But
match?
it was a good match. Like, it wasn't fucking great, but it's just
I
like,
believe we talked about who we think will win last episode.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we kind of knew what was going to happen. But my bad, go ahead.
No, we were saying we wanted Swerve to win, but we knew Mox was going to win.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that little kid in you just wants to believe that the person that you want to win is going to win, but
Yeah.
continue.
Bro,
Rest.
I love Mox, bro. Mox is one of my favorite wrestlers, but as of lately, like with this run, bro, it's just, I've been indifferent.
Mox is
And
Jericho.
how it ended was Swerve lost, and then and you can fill in some more because I'm kind of blanking a little bit,
So Swerve lost because of the Young Bucks.
but the Young Bucks.
The Young Bucks came in and interfered. So it was a point where the lights went out, and Swerve is like both his arms is in one buck hand, the other buck hand, and then they hit him with the BT trigger,
EVP trigger,
or EVP trigger, and they you know what I'm saying, call Swerve the match. Moxley wins. I feel like that was stupid in my opinion because it's ways that you can do stuff without having to do all that extra shit. Like, I mean, people are tired of the Death Rider storyline. And then you got people on the other side of the spectrum talking about some, let it build, just like we did the Bloodline story. It's two different completely things, bro.
Way different.
Way two different things to either compare to each other. I get what people are trying to say. They want the story to build something, but the way that it's projected to go, like I said last week, I don't think they're going to do anything until Darby Allin comes back from Mount Everest. I think that's the person they want to be Mox. So this is just another dragon. Like, they're just gonna keep dragging it and dragging it and dragging it. I really hope, in my opinion, I want Ospreay the one to beat him at All In.
I agree.
Or All In. I want Ospreay to be the one to beat him because I feel like
I've been saying that for a while.
I feel like
He's a great wrestler, bro.
I feel like it's time for him to be able to. I think he can carry the company to where they can get that prominence back and people want to tune in and watch because of his athleticism, his prowess, the way he carries matches, the way he, you know what I'm saying, he might not be the best person on promo, but he gives you a passionate promo when he comes.
Promos are good.
I say he might not be the best, but he does give you solid promos when he comes to give you a promo.
He's passionate.
Yeah, he's passionate. Yeah, so I feel like it's Ospreay's time to really try to take the reins and take over. As far as like for the championship goes, Swerve is definitely over. You know,
Hell yeah.
that's neither here nor there. If we can run down the rest of the card, I would say the matches weren't too like Rex said. Like, this is a pay-per-view like where I could have like did without. I could like bypass this match, bypass that match. You know, it wasn't really the feeling there. You know, and it's unfortunate to say that because AEW always put on solid pay-per-views. I would never have to question a pay-per-view for AEW because I know I'm gonna get out of that 30 match card. We're gonna get a good solid 10 matches that are fire. I'm guessing it's not 30 matches though.
Outside looking in, this feels like it overlaps with what y'all are talking about the other week about how kind of AEW kind of, I guess y'all were saying they watered down their plot lines a little bit, or maybe they were inconsistent.
Inconsistent storytelling. That's typically the problem that is coming from AEW right now. And as a guy that enjoys wrestling as a whole, I don't like to try to knock one company down, like, you know, especially if that's going to help other companies be better. Because if we're going to be honest, if it wasn't for AEW, I don't even think WWE would be as interesting as it is right now.
To step their game up.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think a lot of these promotions would be fighting to keep their things interesting because, you know, it's just giving people to see something else that's different and make them want to do that.
I saw this comment, right, that you just reminded me of saying that. Somebody had said after they were mad and you know, disappointed and confused. I was left confused about this whole Young Bucks thing, right? Getting interjected into this whole debacle that happened, right? But somebody had said it's wild that at one point we were all saying we wanted an alternative from WWE, but really we just wanted WWE to get their crap together.
Yeah.
And now it's like AEW's, we need them to get their crap together.
And the sad part about it is, if you want me to be completely honest with you, WWE ain't doing all that great either. I mean, besides NXT, WWE is not really.
Raw was boring, bro.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I barely pay attention to Raw. I watch the highlights. I barely pay attention to SmackDown. I watch the highlights. NXT is the only one I'll actually sit and watch out of both of those. SmackDown being 3 hours long is already going to be in the way.
What?
Yes.
Still 3 hours long?
No, SmackDown got turned to 3 hours because when they moved to USA is like, yo, you need to give us something that's 3 hours.
Yo,
so because Raw used to be 3 hours.
Yeah, I remember that. That's what I was
Raw
saying.
used to be 3 hours. So when they switched Raw to Netflix
they
put SmackDown on USA, USA is like, all right, since we got SmackDown on USA, that has to be 3 hours.
Real quick.
So SmackDown feels like bonus footage. Then.
Pretty much. It feels like a lot of
It's
filler.
filler.
But the thing is that like I like the Bucks. I remember watching some of their matches in New Japan. Like I always mention New Japan, but the thing is that I just think that that's a solid company to have great wrestling matches and long-term storytelling. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is just because where the Bucks are right now. At first, like the trolling shit was cool to me at first, but now it's starting to get to a point where it's like I really don't want to see them go into business for themselves. Do I know if that's exactly what they're doing? No. But what I am saying is that when that whole thing started, where I forgot what the name of it was, but it was Okada and Jungle Boy, when they started that whole thing, it started off good, and then it just dwindled down. So it's like I don't know where they plan to go, because the Death Riders went from we're going to attack everybody to like picking and choosing who they're going to fight, to the point where it's just like, okay, so are you really like going to fight everybody? So at the point in time right now, bro, I don't know where we're going. I like the whole Hangman, like I said last week, Hangman and Swerve thing.
Yeah.
I do think though the Daniel Garcia and the Adam Cole match was pretty good. I think that was a sleeper.
That was a
great match, bro. I think that was a sleeper, because no matter what, both of them are going to put on great matches. I think the only Adam Cole match I really had a problem with was when he was fighting Jericho.
Oh yeah,
and that's hard to say, because Adam Cole puts on bangers, bro. Like so.
Yeah, it's because go ahead, man.
I was going to ask, so do y'all feel like AEW needs better leadership? Do you guys feel like, do you honestly feel like the wrestlers, like the employees, if you would say, do you guys feel like they respect Tony Khan?
It's better booking.
Stuff like that.
I need better booking.
So, there's 2 things I'm going to add to.
What I see a lot happening, I feel like he prides himself on giving them more freedom than say like a WWE, but what comes with that is, you know, a lot of wrestlers like.
I'm gonna give you the perfect line they always say. It's the inmates running the asylum.
Because I was going to segue to something, but I don't know if y'all ready yet. You know what I'm saying?
It's pretty much the inmates running the asylum.
Right.
It feel like the wrestlers have more control than the person that's supposed to be in control, and then you run into these situations to where I don't even want to blame AEW as a whole. Rob Van Dam actually said something a couple days ago. Why he said he doesn't but want to bash AEW. He said it's the fans that make AEW like kind of like look at AEW differently, because without a fan like me or Rex or Juan, you run into the fans that this AEW. Just like WWE, the tribalism. You know, it messes up the enjoyment of the product, because you got people that in AEW that like AEW, they see no wrong. It's like how WWE was before AEW came in. Like nobody seen any wrong, and it's like the problem that they're running into. They're letting Tony Khan get away with murder per se. Like they'll let shit slide that Vince McMahon would do. Niggas would be on his ass like. They chatting away.
Like you said, the inmates are running the asylum, right? And I feel like that brings that creates chaos.
Yeah.
So like, for example, I mean, maybe y'all see it. I don't, but I don't watch Vlad, but I'm pretty sure if like a known wrestler from WWE was to go on Vlad, like a current wrestler that's currently on the roster, I would have seen it. So you have like, you know, the Swerve and Booker T thing.
So
yeah.
So I'm glad you brought that up.
Can you explain it to me?
All right, so how this all stemmed from? Swerve was on DJ Vlad.
Okay.
He got on DJ Vlad, and he was pretty much. They asked him about his time in WWE, which he had his comments, which is fair, because he went through whatever he went through while he was there. You're not him, we don't know, so we got to go based off what he tells us. He goes on there and he was like, he brings up the time where Vince McMahon was brought John Cena, and he was like, "What's up, my nigga?" And he walked past Booker T, and Booker T was like, "Tell me he didn't just say that." But in that time period, it was 2005. It was a joke.
Yeah.
Swerve made it into a sense.
It's crazy saying it now like that.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
Swerve made it into a sense of like, oh well, I wouldn't have been okay with that, because when the time period we're now, PC people are going to be more politically correct.
So can I interject real quick?
I was about to say, after you, let me talk about shit.
Because
I got it.
I understand, like, maybe, well, that's neither here nor there. I would say I can't be upset with Swerve for feeling that way because, let's be honest, I mean, it's well known now, Vince is an asshole, right? So, like, we know behind the scenes he wasn't perfect. He had his ways.
So,
Me personally, you know what I'm saying? Like, I laughed at it then. I would probably, I would laugh at it if I seen it now. But
Yeah.
I just know, like, stepping back and looking at it, it is kind of like, all right, bro, like, and I don't want to get off subject, but just bear with me. It goes into, like, when I see, like, these up and coming stars from our country, young black men, women, they go to other countries. I'm not gonna say no names, but they go to other countries, China, Asia, whatever.
Yeah.
And they interact with their fans, and their fans are being, like, openly racist.
Yeah.
But, like, it's like laughing it off,
But
like
they're
it's
funny. The reactions to
I
it
get
is what
it's funny, right?
Yeah.
But we're letting people, like, from maybe from Swerve's point of view, he's like, you're letting somebody get too comfortable.
Yes.
You understand? Like,
I agree.
You feel me?
So the only reason why that is like a
because
Swerve kind of falls on a thin line when he says that, because when he was mentioned on the top 100 black list, he said, I don't want to be on the list with black people. Not like that, but he was like, I don't want to be on the list with black wrestlers. When they mentioned him about something else, and he was like, pretty much Swerve uses uses his.
So no, I know exactly what Swerve is doing. Swerve is doing his little PR tour for the black community.
That's okay. So that's just Swerve.
He had that rep before the Booker T.
Yeah, before the Booker T stuff. So,
okay. So it makes sense.
Was Swerve?
All right, Swerve. I don't know.
All right, Swerve is Swerve is like using
it
it when it's convenient for him. Unfortunately, and I hate to say that, but Swerve, I still fuck with you.
I hope you're wrong, but you know more than I do.
Yeah, but go ahead with you.
All right, so let me talk my shit real quick.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna spit for a little second, but like what I'm saying, so how I see is that I understand that, because like at the same time I have been very adamant and vocal on black wrestlers being utilized. I could go back to the whole fact of it took the internet to get Kofi Kingston pushed to get a fucking shot.
Yeah.
And even when he got a shot, his reign, let's be honest, was not great. And he got fucking squashed by Brock Lesnar. Now, we can go back, because I was watching something where they were talking about when Vince's father was head of the company versus when Vince first came in. It was diverse for the early 80s. And that's crazy. Now, getting into, like, you know, kind of the late 90s, if you go back and see, there was a little diversity in the 90s, but a lot of black people weren't getting pushed that much. You had Nation of Domination, but at the same time, my point is this, is that with what Swerve said, fuck Booker T, I thought it was, he didn't have to say that. I thought it was like, okay,
that was classic.
But I also see like him also getting to a point of being frustrated, because he's like, when I was here, I wasn't getting treated the way that I wanted to be treated. With Booker T, let's be honest, Booker T is one of the best wrestlers, not even just black wrestlers, but he's one of the best wrestlers.
Yeah.
And the thing is, though, is that he, no matter what, sometimes he is very blind when it comes to other things, especially when it comes to AEW. He is so loyal, blindly loyal to WWE. But this is my point. This is a black man coming from a whole other, a different era where it was harder for a black man to get pushed. If you go back and look how many black champions, there wasn't a lot. You can talk about Junkyard Dog and it wasn't a lot. But the point is that when you come from a different era, and you got to sometimes compromise, and it sucks because we look at Ron Simmons, who just got delegated to just saying "damn" all the time, and it's funny, but it's like, really,
he was once a champion. He was one of
the first champions, bro.
And
and the thing, even with that, is that like. It's crazy because like at that time is we can't talk about what someone that was born in that era has gone through, because again they had to compromise. But at the same time, let me finish real quick, because like I've been thinking about this.
Let me please, just one thing, because I'm gonna let you spit. I just gotta bring up one thing. Can we talk about the nation of domination?
Yeah.
Like what? Like looking back, isn't that crazy seeing that?
Yeah.
Like I look at old videos, I lived through it, but like we watching it, and seeing how like crowds hated them.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, this is like, what are we doing?
Yeah. It
Like-
was
like-
crazy, bro. 'Cause
Like y'all made,
it's like
yeah, go ahead.
as us as being
That was
young
the
and
point.
seeing black people like that and them hate it, but then you gotta listen to some of them promos, bro. 'Cause
Yeah.
they was wild a little bit,
crazy.
bro. Like,
They was
but
crazy.
they was standing on business.
Yeah, for the
But-
most part.
Yeah.
But to kind of get it, like I said, like even with Booker T, he kind of like goes blindly because I was seeing what he said. And he said, "What AEW?" So he literally said it. He said AEW Dynasty. What's the name of it? Like, bro, stop. Like, bro, we know that he says certain shit where it's so blind and he's so hard on AEW, but at the same time, it's like Swerve just wants to. He is doing his promo work, but Swerve is in a place where he finally starting to see black wrestlers starting to get to a point, so he's gonna stand on business. Should he have said F Booker T? No. The whole thing is just like, it's like the thing is sometimes, again, with Booker and his oldness, it's like, bro, calm down, bro. Like, you are a legend. No one's questioning that. But your blindness to this place, because yes, again, they gave you an opportunity and you had to do what you had to do. Like, I remember hearing something about Ron Simmons. He was talking to somebody a while ago, and they were just talking about how a black wrestler was like, he's not getting his opportunity. Ron Simmons said, work harder. And that's also kind of a double-edged sword too. Because again, think about back then. How many black wrestlers can we say got the championship, bro?
Yeah,
just telling somebody work harder is not always the case, bro.
Right.
But at the same time, I just think to wrap this up, I think they were both wrong on both sides. Because again, you know, Swerve is in his bag right now, and he's gonna be in his bag. And obviously, it's like you can see that Swerve is a passionate guy, and again, that he's in a company that gave him more respect than the other. And you can see that low key, he's hurt by that because like he wanted to. You can see he really wanted to be one of those dudes in WWE, but unfortunately, it just didn't work that way. So now you're in another company, work your ass off. With Booker just needs to like open up a little bit more because this nigga acting like he was not in TNA. He acting like he wasn't in WCW. Like, bro, you were in other companies.
See, the thing about that though, Booker fleeced TNA. If we didn't know,
Yeah.
He went there to get their bread and then rock.
Yeah.
But
It was entertaining though.
yeah,
It
that
was.
shit
It
fucking
was.
hilarious.
And he
That's
had a
like some
great
of his
run
best
at the
work.
end. Yeah.
That's probably some of his best character work.
Even commentating.
I'm gonna let Vaughn get his shit off. But the last thing I wanted to say about to add on to what you said about Booker T. Yes, he does blindly act like he doesn't know about what's going on in AEW or whatever's going on, but he did make some valid points about, you know, when they complain about the black wrestlers not being there. Like, a lot of them are as talented as most people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be
Race
real.
has shit to do with it.
It's not even just them being black. They're just not talented enough to be in that spot.
Big swole.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're just some people. Just because they're black doesn't mean they need to be pushed to the
That's a
forefront.
woman, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? No offense to my people. They do, like we talked about last week. We got our Obafemis that's working their way up. We got Trick Williams. We got, you know what I'm saying, Kenny Knight. We got these young black wrestlers that are working their way to that forefront. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, let me add on to what you were talking about last week. Now that
I kind of like understand the whole context of like what's going on with Booker T and Swerve, right? What we were talking about last week, especially what Rex said about black wrestlers in wrestling, right? And how good it is to see when situations like that happen, it hurts the other black wrestlers. Doesn't matter who said what. When you fight like that in a visible stage, it hurts black people.
So the key component and the reason why that got to where it was because of one person who puts black people versus a black person at all times. The person that is the reason. The person is the reason why we're even into talking about this today. DJ Vlad.
where'd that guy come from, man?
But that, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to deep dive into all that.
Let Juan say
Let Juan go ahead.
So I did put some points down that I wanted to keep in my forefront of my mind, right? I you know, Booker, I put down that Booker stays quiet through the adversity. Swerve speaks out, challenging the systemic racism. And you know, Booker T said, "Man, just focus on your own career, this and that." You know, people express themselves way differently. I wrote down right now. I looked it up, did my research. Aside from Ron Simmons and The Rock was in 2001, he was related more Samoan.
Actually, after Ron Simmons, I'm going to be honest, it's going to be R-Truth.
Yeah,
But also
did have a crazy run.
WWE, technically, yeah, but I mean, if you really because Ron Simmons didn't win that in WWE, he won that in WCW.
Right, that's what I'm
So
saying.
that's what I'm saying. So WWE, the first black wrestler that won the belt would technically be The Rock.
Right, that's what I was saying.
And
so
that would
then
actually be in 2000.
Booker T in 2003, and then I mean it's not like, if we're being honest, it's almost as if they do it. And I even felt this type of way. I felt this way in general. Like even with Latino wrestlers, me being a Latino, watching Latino wrestlers,
No representation.
it's always like we get thrown in this box. You know, like of any race, if whether you're black, Asian, Spanish,
they do that with Eddie
luchadors.
Guerrero.
Oh, we got to be the luchadors, or we got to be the hot-headed dudes that lie, cheat, and
I mean,
steal.
but that's our culture. That's what the wrestling type of wrestling that they do.
That part is actually
I
good.
understand what
I can't
you're
lie
saying.
to
I
you.
understand what
Yeah.
you're saying though, in that concept of where you're coming from.
Right.
But they pride themselves off of that. Your culture.
If anything, you're giving us a new
prides
perspective
themselves
because I used to think that was
But see,
very
here's
tough.
my thing. It's one thing to pride yourself into
love
that.
luchadors,
It's one thing to
bro.
pride yourself into that, but it's another thing when, I mean, at the end of the day, we know who's running that company for so long, man.
Yeah, but even with
Good
WC,
example.
even with WCW,
Good point.
they weren't getting the luchadors weren't getting the respect they deserved there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that. If you want to take it to that level, they the reason why Rey Mysterio took his mask off.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Blame Eric Bischoff for that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just like
Yeah.
Vince, Eric Bischoff was in the way too. It's like every wrestling promotion, the main person that's running the promotion, they're always going to do something that goes against the grain.
Let's be real, y'all. As far as like wrestling, y'all are like, come on, bro.
Yeah. Y'all
Y'all like
made
top-
it popular.
Yeah.
You made it
I said
popular.
because what'd you say last week about CMLL? How long has it been around?
Since 1930.
Yeah, bro. Like y'all like pioneers type.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Finish.
So my thing is, right, is that, you know, it's one thing to take pride in something, but my point is just the systemic racism. And it's like, I don't want to feel as a viewer, as a fan, that you're only making the likes of Eddie Guerrero or Kofi Kingston or whoever champion just because you're gonna be like, oh, like the token guy.
Yeah.
That's Swerve.
Yeah.
AEW.
Yeah.
He's the first black AEW champion, so he's going to be the token.
I just want to add just
One last thing. I've experienced this type of stuff in my life. Kind of being boxed in, right? First time I even got presented with this, I can't even say it was at college. It was before college, right? You grow up in the area, you go around different places and stuff, right? And people tend to box in. They tend to label black people, Latino people, anybody who's not Caucasian, that is in Caucasian spaces as offs, like one-offs, right? Or avant-garde almost. Like attention gets drawn to you, right? Now, because of that, I feel like that has a negative effect to what, you know, Vince McMahon probably saw, or what's the other guy's? Sorry, Eric Bischoff. They probably saw that and said, if we make a black champion, he's going to be champion for a very long time.
Yeah.
And that kind of happened with The Rock. He was very involved with wrestling for a very long time.
The Rock was
face of the company for a
face of
long
the
time.
company, simple because it's like the way he looked, his charisma.
Right.
He wasn't like top 10 best wrestlers ever, but
No.
he'll give you a good
Yeah,
match.
right.
He had the it factor.
Yeah.
410, ain't no way.
Shit's crazy.
411, 414, 420.
That nigga stay drinking that water.
Saratoga, bro.
Saratoga.
No.
Shameless plug.
Ooh, you got it. You got to at least two in the morning.
I'm gonna tell you
He
this right
said,
now.
no, he said, I was.
Cat.
He said I was in the air for 4 minutes. Bro, shut the fuck.
Alright, so
Oh, shit.
we're gonna get on to the end of the nitty gritty, man. You know,
Hey.
we talk about some viral things that's been going on. And at this moment, this man Ashton Hall has been the most viral thing on the internet right now.
Gotta be at least 100,000.
Yeah, I mean, it gotta be at least
Gotta be at
100,000.
least.
I mean, if y'all gonna be honest, if I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna need at least 100,000 likes on this video.
Bro, I needed at least 100,000 likes.
likes on this video, but now, how y'all feel about Ashton, man?
Bro was in the air for 4 minutes. Bro was in the air for 4
That
minutes.
is crazy.
Ain't
Was
no
he
way.
in there for
Ain't no
what was
way.
No.
But that picture, I've seen it everywhere. I've seen it on ESPN, bro. It's so crazy.
Can I be honest? I'm gonna say this. I'll make it quick. At this point in the time, everybody is trying to just get a bag, bro. And I do commend him for trying to get his bag, bro. Because no matter what the situation is that, let's think about it. That man got way more followers than any of us at this point. Yeah. And he's also doing like charity work from what I see for now. Yeah, for now. But it does, yeah, bro. It comes off a little corny, bro, because it's just like you like I see where you coming from, because you're trying to be motivational and an entrepreneur. But I think just in ways how it's getting carried is it's just corny. And then what killed me is the whole like the watermelon shit, bro. Like, dog,
that was wild.
Bro, why we gotta be
watermelon is healthy?
But that was so wild. And the dude,
you cooning it up,
the guy,
bro.
How did he eat the watermelon?
He said thank you, bro. He put his whole face in the thing.
That's the craziest part about what he's doing too. He's doing what he's doing, and there's this guy that's like fully dressed, right, in the glasses, sunglasses, opening the doors, handing him watermelon, handing him. I'm like, bro, I fuck with the content, but what is you doing?
I saw somebody say he spends the entire day getting prepared for the day.
Yeah. That's how I tell him. Like, bro,
Hell no.
The entire day getting prepared.
So do we think he's going about it in the weird ways?
That was the 4-minute dive.
You see?
Yeah.
Gotta do at least 20. Yeah. 7:36. 7:30.
So I'm gonna say this one last thing about dude. I'm gonna share this with y'all, and then we can laugh about it, and then we'll move on to whatever. But
that's it.
this guy played college
Football. He was a college football running back for Alcorn. Yes, bro, a running back, college football.
Videos of him running, right?
He's actually pretty quick. I know he's big, but he's quick. Yeah, he's moving. He's moving. Yeah, he played for Alcorn State, but he only had I think he played 5 games, 6 rushing attempts for 8 yards, bro. So he wasn't good. But somehow he walked onto the Ravens. So this guy has an aura about him that's definitely carryover. He probably just in rooms yeah,
I'm gonna get 100,000.
So he probably does, yeah, but you know what? It would not. I think what makes it funny is the timestamps. The timestamps.
It's crazy.
That's it. Imagine his videos without the timestamps. Yeah. We wouldn't really. We'd be like, damn, it's pretty motivational.
Yeah.
But 401, bro got ready, drank water, put his face in water, went outside all in 1 minute.
Not just that, bro.
Didn't miss a beat either.
Somebody explain to me about rubbing banana peels on your face, bro. What are we doing?
Oh, I actually heard
Apparently
that's
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So it's funny because I know about skincare, but I'm still learning a lot of things. So obviously I don't know everything. I just think it's just kind of weird.
What's the ice bowl?
Like he's trying too hard.
Right?
What is that for?
The ice bowl, because when you wash your face, you're supposed to wash your face in cold water.
Yeah, I know that.
I'm sure.
Yeah, tighten your skin.
I mean, to be honest with you, what I really just thought about, the water that he's using for his face, he's actually smart for doing that, because
it's like spring water.
He's not using the water from the pipes. He's actually using.
Everybody's getting that water now.
Cold water. Cold water is
good for your face.
That company went
crazy. You should have got that instead of liquid.
I tried to look for it.
Somebody asked for real. They was like, "How do you stay so young?" And he was like, "He uses cold water." And I'm like, "Yeah, bro."
Yeah, it keeps your skin tight.
So it's funny, but man, damn,
hey, shout him out, though, man. Hey, look, we are calling.
We're fans.
Making jokes, but bro, get your bag,
Get your bag, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Hate can be, what's the word I'm looking for? Profitable.
Yeah. I'm not sure if y'all remember. I think it really picked up just after the pandemic started. But y'all remember the light-skinned dude did the same basic thing? I think his name was Drew Walls or something like that, or Drew. He did the same exact thing.
I know you're talking about. He's a buff dude, right?
He's buff dude, light-skinned dude. He was taking videos of his day and picking up his daughter from school.
And it was that's when they started making fun of him, because they're talking about he take the tripod everywhere.
Yeah.
He take the tripod to Target.
On the way to hate, bro.
They take the tripod everywhere.
But they basically what happened was everybody just hated him off the internet, to where this guy came again and people were like, "Oh, we already seen you before." So now Drew Walls is like, I'd imagine he's probably like, yo, what the hell is
I
that?
was just doing that. I was just doing
I
that.
seen a comment. Someone was like, "You was the original one." Like I'm like, bro, all right, bro.
I feel like the internet has programmed people to just hate.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Especially when you see something a lot, people just want to hate it.
yeah, honestly, hate is the new love.
Yeah.
So there's a comment where somebody said haters, and a bed emoji of someone sleeping, and then somebody like an emoji of them on their phone, and it said me and Ashton Hall. The flexing emoji, the money emoji, and on the computer like the
Basically
hustlers.
saying haters sleeping while me and Ashton
Hall going hard.
Yeah.
Man,
That's funny.
or on a closing note, before we end this episode off, I think that it's okay to be a viral sensation, man. Like, people are going to hate you, people are going to love you, regardless of what you do. People going to hate us, people going to love this podcast, regardless of what we do. But at the end of the day, we know what we're doing it for.
You just gotta know how to
10 toes,
move,
man.
When you get that 15 minutes, you better milk the shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
we done seen the 15 minutes of fame go through
Because you know how
millions of people.
You know how the masses are.
Hot tour. Like,
They
where'd that
move-
come
They
from?
move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Like, look, I don't hear about Hot Tour no more.
She actually,
I'm
you know
pretty
what's funny?
sure
I know you guys want
so.
to talk about viral stuff. Maybe like 2
She
months ago,
got
3 months
spanked
ago.
because of a coin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
sure.
made
Yeah,
a
laundering
coin.
scheme, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she basically rug pulled a bunch of people. I think it was like
Man.
$40 million or something
Man,
like
a
that.
lot of
Yeah.
people don't understand. A lot of these celebrities was banking off that.
I'm not saying milk it that way,
scheme.
but
Yeah.
Yeah, don't
Don't milk it the wrong way. Milk it the right way. Milk it to your success, not to your
But he already got the bag.
failure.
Man,
G Wagon,
listen,
he got it.
Look, no matter what life, no matter how life throws curves, whatever, bro. No matter if you bet on black or red, bro, and you are down bad at a casino, you can always bring that shit back up. Why? Because the house always wins.
Don't matter about tariffs either.
Always
We coming
down
back.
black because the blacker the berry,
The sweeter
sweeter
the
the
juice.
juice, right?
Yeah.
And like we
That's
said
right.
earlier, Booker T's black. Say no.
Hey, nah, man, this been another. Hey, nah, look, this has been another episode of the House Money Podcast,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir.
We'll see y'all again for the next
Yes,
episode.
sir.
Make sure y'all tune in, follow everybody. Y'all need to
Like,
follow
subscribe.
all the names. Please like and subscribe.
Like, subscribe,
Leave a comment.
leave some comments.
Giveaway is coming.
I'm being his echo.
Yep. Live stream. is
Live stream
coming.
next week.
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
I hope y'all ready.
Oh, we got some surprises for y'all.
It's gonna be a great surprise. Great. I
Get
said
that-
great
get
surprise.
that
Big
extraordinary
surprises.
merch.
Big
So
surprises.
y'all want to break down that real quick, how they can participate, or you gonna say?
We'll see.
We should do it now. We should do it now. 'Cause
So what do we get?
So pretty much.
participate, not what we're giving them. This is
So
participate.
to participate, we're having a giveaway for the live stream, right? To participate,
Yeah,
go to our socials. They'll be in the links. Go to our socials. Hashtag us, add us, whatever you want to do, and yeah, we'll
Oh, yeah, so-
we're cutting this.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Hey, just so y'all know, do what Zev said.
yeah.
When we get to that point, we're gonna figure out what y'all gonna win, but we don't know yet. But we got something for y'all. We got something for y'all. But see, that's
We're
the
laughing.
surprise.
We're dead serious.
No, yeah. No, we're serious. We're just laughing.
This-
What happened, bro.
But we like to thank Juan for coming back on, man.
Yeah, hell
Amazing
yeah,
guest,
bro.
man. Amazing guest, man.
Thank you for having me. I can't wait to be back again. So thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah. Next time you're
Juan
on,
might be a regular, y'all.
next time you're on, me and Juan, we're gonna talk about some
Soccer. Please.
Yeah.
Soccer's definitely
Football.
Soccer's definitely next, and that's
We'll go
one again.
Lassos
You
here.
guys, so, hey, shout out to my Arsenal fans though, man. Good shit.
Shout out to my boy. And
House Wins, baby.
Make sure y'all cop that extraordinary
Yes,
gear.
sir.
This has
Extraordinary
been another
House.
episode of the House Money Podcast.
You already
motherfucker.
know, nigga.
We do this shit.
You already know, bitch.
Dude,
We out
pay your
here.
taxes.
Go.
Everywhere you
We're
are.
already late.
Yep. Hold up. I'm a star. You see me in the sky. Bitches shine bright. See me in the darkness.